Hello again, it's me with my fourth video. I'll probably do a couple more of these, I don't know. But I was sitting in class today and came up with a bunch of notes and all that happy stuff for a couple new videos. I like having an outline so I don't ramble and have like a 20-minute video that I have to edit down. So, you know. But this one is going to be about forgiving your abuser even if they're not sorry. I mean, you think about it and you're like, oh, I'll never forget them, blah. But do you really want to go through your life like that? I mean, I was pissed and really upset for a long time after I got out because no remorse at all. Didn't seem to accept what had happened, but, you know, that's his problem. It is what I eventually came down to. All I can do is take away, you know, take it as a learning experience. Yeah, it was crappy what happened, and it really sucked, but the only thing I can do now is learn from it, do my best to do that, and just move on with my life. So, and I want that for you guys too, because just, it's so easy to hate the person for what they've done, but holding your grudge forever will basically kill you. It eats away at you until all you know is anger and all you know is hatred, and it just consumes you. You become this gigantic black hole of misery, and nobody likes being around somebody who's miserable all the time and complaining about their ex. This is what happened 10 years ago. I'm not saying forget, but I'm saying forgive, and that's one of the hardest things you can do. So, I've just got some tips, I guess, of what's worked for me so far. What to do to get over it if the abuser isn't sorry. Step 1. Realize that the other person is flawed. I mean, everybody's human, we all make mistakes. We're in different degrees of being messed up, and, you know, you learn and you grow, but every person has their flaws. And that's the one thing you need to realize. Even if, this is step 2, by the way, even if the person doesn't acknowledge the abuse, consider the possibility that they either A, don't see anything wrong with what they did, which is pretty common, or B, they're ashamed of what they did and they're not ready to face it and deal with it. And either way, in either situation, there's nothing you can do about it. I'm sorry to say that, because I know how hard it is to give up control, but you just have to accept it and kind of go with it and move on. Get on with your life. Your life cannot revolve around the other person's problems, especially if you're not, you know, having contact with them anymore. Why would you worry about someone you barely know? And I guess that's the biggest thing I can say. Step 3. Realize that even though your experience was god-awful, you know, take it as a learning experience. You have learned about your inner strength. You were able to get away from this horrible situation and this person who did these bad things to you. You've learned about how horrible people can be, but that you're not alone, because everyone suffers to some degree, not always from abuse or, you know, but everyone's got their problems. And just because yours manifested in this crappy way, it doesn't mean that you're alone or you're going to be alone forever, or you have to always be upset about this. You don't. And now, when you're kind of learning to let go of it, you're learning about your capacity for forgiveness, which to me is the biggest thing that, you know, anyone can learn. It's something I've always been really big on. I used to be this bitter, angry person, but I've learned to let go of it because I can't live my life like that. I have come to accept that I deserve to be happy. Everyone does. And the only way I can do that is by letting go of the past, learning what I can from it. Accept what happened. I'm not saying, you know, say that it's okay, it's all good, you know, but be okay with it. You need to own your situation and realize that you can't change the past, but you can change what happens next. And that is ultimately all on you. I mean, it's your responsibility to live your life the best way you can. So, the final step is, if it makes you feel better and you're able to, do something about it. I mean, I didn't want what happened to me to be just in vain. I didn't want to be a statistic, so I decided to do something about it. I got off my butt. I wrote these articles in the local paper about abuse, and now I'm doing this. This video series is part of a project for one of my classes, but I was going to do it anyway, so I decided to just kind of combine the two. You know, the possibilities are endless. If you're an artist, paint, write, or write, paint, draw, do anything, do an issue piece, do an installation, go do some public works mural or something. It can be translated into anything. I mean, anyone can write in whatever form. Anyone can just put up a camera and make a video, so get it out there. It's very therapeutic, and also if you can help people, that's awesome. So, if anyone has any other advice, I'm still working through this. I'm not perfect. I'm not at the end of the process. I'm still getting over some of the anger. I've let go of a lot of it, so I've made huge progress by myself just in the past year. But it's not going to happen overnight, you guys. But that doesn't mean that it's not working, because every little bit helps. And just do what you can, take everything a day at a time, like anything else in life, and it does get easier. So I wish you guys luck with that, and feel free to share your ideas or your own little projects or whatever. I don't mean to say little like it's a bad thing, because this is like just the most amateur video series ever, probably, but I wanted to do something. I wanted to help people, and I hope I'm doing that. So, share your ideas with me, you guys. I would love to hear them, and I will be back in a few days. Alright, bye-bye.